in session with the Honorable Kellie here presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I guess you can tell I am very, very excited today. This is a wonderful occasion, and I am so honored that you all have chosen to be here this afternoon with us as we celebrate the Great Eight. You know, somebody brought to my attention earlier today that 8 is the number of new beginnings. Yeah. And this today, as they graduate, is the first day of their new beginnings. And we are so proud of you. We are so happy to be here to celebrate each and every one of you. I hope you all know how proud I am of you. Today is your day. Embrace it. Celebrate it, and know, moving forward, you can do whatever you want to do. There are no obstacles, none. And those of you, anybody who knows me, if you're familiar at all with my history, you know that I have a history of kind of prosecuting and sentencing people to the max. And ladies and gentlemen, I will continue to do that when it is appropriate. But I will also tell you that I am a true believer in second chances. And I fully embrace the mandate to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly. And today is the day where we will see justice served. We will see mercy in action. And we will see 8 great individuals who will walk humbly out of here into the next phase of their lives. And you all will be part of that. And I truly, truly, truly thank and appreciate each and every one of you. Before I turn this over to our Mistress of Ceremonies today, I just want to acknowledge some faces that I see here. Let me just kind of start. I'm just going to take it as I see it. How about that? Judge Jackson, why don't you stand up? This is Judge Asha Jackson, the exiting Chief Judge of DeKalb County Superior Court. And you all will hear more about the program as we go on. But I want everybody to know that Project Pinnacle is the brainchild of Judge Asha Jackson. And Judge Jackson is now 11 years in to Project Pinnacle in DeKalb. And she'll be able to tell you a little bit more about the fact that their recidivism rate is just phenomenal. The fact that they don't have individuals returning back to DeKalb County as a result of this program. And that is exactly what we are hoping to do here in Cobb County. So, Judge Jackson, thank you for allowing us to build upon your foundation and make Project Pinnacle here in Cobb County, Pinnacle Cobb Diversionary Court for youthful offenders. This program is not a gift. I mean, these 8, they earned this. I didn't give them anything. Having to endure me in the last 12 months was probably worse than any probated sentence they could have ever gotten, trust me. So, and they survived. Now, we started with 12, but 8 survived because I'm not giving this away. This is a huge carrot, huge carrot. But if they were successful, these individuals will be able to move forward without a felony record. What does that mean? It means they can go out and get employment. It means they can vote and have a say in their government. It means they can go to college because they can get financial aid. All of the things they would not be able to do as convicted felons. A prerequisite of this program is that you are a nonviolent offender. You have to be a nonviolent offender. And if you are nonviolent between the ages of 17 and 25, and this is your first offense, then you probably are a good candidate. But before you can qualify and be accepted into the program, you have to have an interview with me. Because I'm not looking for somebody who's just looking to have a record wiped. I'm looking for someone who wants to go on and be a productive citizen in Cobb County or wherever they may live. Someone who is going to contribute. Part of this program is that they will participate in community service, right? Because they have to know and understand that part of being a productive citizen is giving back. And they each have given back because I made them. So they went and participated with the Hawks Million Meals packaging event. There was a Thanksgiving turkey giveaway that our group, with the invitation of Judge Jackson, was able to participate in through TI's foundation. So there are just so many things that they've been exposed to over the past 12 months. And they've had assignments, they've had to read, and they've had to write 2-page essays about their readings each month. They've had lectures, they've learned so much, and we are not leaving them to go on their own devices. Each of them have been assigned a mentor from our community. And these mentors will help them take the resources that they have been given over the past 12 months and utilize them to move on in life and be those productive citizens that I know each and every one of them will be. The only time I'm going to see them back in my courtroom is when they come and speak to the next group about their journeys. I do not expect to see any one of these individuals back.
I'm so grateful to be here to celebrate you. You beautiful people, the great 8. I've done a lot of stories in my 25 years of covering news, but my favorite stories are always the ones where I get to tell viewers about someone who has faced an obstacle, a challenge, something really hard to overcome, and they did it. And they turned their life into this beautiful thing that they chose to create after this thing that really turned out to be a springboard into a beautiful, beautiful life. And that's what today is. As your mistress of ceremony, I'm gonna try to go ahead and just move through our program. But I don't want us to rush celebrating these beautiful people. This is the most fun we're ever gonna have in a courtroom together. I am confident of that. And I'm not sure, it feels a little churchy too, so we might be dealing church and state here, sorry, Judge Hill. But I want us to go ahead and get started because today is your day. You guys have worked really hard, and this is just the beginning of such wonderfulness, okay? All right, we're gonna get moving. Attorney Jeanette Vanderlinden, if you will come on down. I was told she's like the mama of this group, and I see their heads nodding. An important support for this program, and I'm gonna go ahead and let her share the occasion.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm just honored to be a part of this program. My heart and soul is a part of this program. And once you go through this ceremony with us today, I think your heart and soul are going to be a part of this program, too. I know the judge mentioned that recidivism, I think, is the overlying umbrella to this program, or reduction of recidivism. And that's just the start of this program. This program, these young men and women have been a part of this team for 12 months. They came here not really excited about it, to be honest, a little nervous about what was going to happen. They came here not knowing what their future looked like. They came here trusting that being a part of this program was going to make their future bigger, brighter, bolder, and better. And I think today that's true. And I think it's true because not only are these young men and women moving forward in an amazing future that they're going to have, but in the process of that, in the process of this this format moving forward, what's happened is both Judge Jackson and Judge Hill, they have cultivated and curated a community of partnerships, of networking, of mentorships, of service, of purpose, of dignity, of voices and choices that these young men and women may not have known they had. We're here today because these young men and William are men and William. Sorry, women. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. Whew, trial attorney. That I am not. What's amazing about these young men and women is as we look at them today, they now recognize their brilliance. They recognize that they have been afforded an opportunity to remember their purpose. Some of them may not have even known they had a purpose before they came to this program. But because they are here, they smile brighter, they laugh harder, they look at life differently because they look at it knowing that they are shining bright, that their brilliance is not dulled by the criminal justice system. Instead, it is lifted up. They are defined by the 12 months of work that they've put in, the stories they've written, the voices they've shared, the decisions they're making. This is a group of young men and women that I am honored to be a part of. And I am so grateful that you've afforded me the opportunity to be the defense attorney for this group of young men and women. So thank you very much. So I have one here as well that we're going to do the introduction of graduates. So I don't want to tell too much of their story, but I do want to have them individually stand up. I'm going to call their name and let you know who they are. We have Mr. Princeton Martin. We have Mr. Kendall Fleming. Ms. Malaysia Huggins. Mr. Quincy Henderson. Ms. Chandra Miley. Oh, sorry about that. Mr. Grant Oliver. Mr. Nari Wolfrey. These young men and women are sitting with you today, embarking on a great journey. And it's a journey that we're going to be watching. We're going to be following. They're a part of us now. We're not letting them go.
First of all, I'm super excited to see the 8 of you. I can't tell you how important it is that this program that Judge Kellie has started is working. And you guys have shown that it works. Judge Jackson, I got to tell you, when Judge Kellie told me about this program, I did extensive research on you. Because I wanted to know that this was successful, that there was a blueprint and that it was going to work before we said yes. And Judge Hill definitely made sure. First, she sent me all your bio information. Then she sent me some other stuff. Then we met a couple of times on it. And then we finally decided, let's do this. Let's do it. And to see this first graduating class is just phenomenal. And I can tell you, those essays that y'all wrote, she read them. We happened to be passing one day, and it was like 8 o'clock. I was coming back from something, and she was leaving. I said, you're here kind of late. I had all these essays I had to read. So she was reading your essays. I looked up the word pinnacle just to get the definition. And it says it's the most successful point, the culmination, reaching the pinnacle of someone's career. But for you guys, this is not the pinnacle. This program has shown that you have the potential to reach your pinnacle. And I want you to understand that. This is just the beginning. There's a long way to go. But you've shown by graduating this program that you can make it, that you can do whatever you set your heart to. And this program has shown this community that when we invest in our citizens, when we invest in our young folks, that they can be successful. Because if we're going to make our community the best it can be, the best place to live, work, and play, we have to invest in people like you. It's time we stop throwing people away. We have to make sure that every single young person has the opportunity to succeed. You guys are the standard bearers now. I don't expect you to come back. You shouldn't come back. Don't come back. If you come back here, it's to come back to talk to the future graduates, not because you're appearing before a judge. Judge Kellie has invested so much in y'all because this program started with her out of her pocket. There was no money that was given to her to do this. She said, I'm going to do this no matter what because I know my community needs it. And she put it in place and she's made it happen. Now you guys are the ones who are going out and show the world that this was the right thing to do and that it was worth it and that it was not a mistake. I look forward to seeing your success. If you want to come see me anytime, please do, to let me know how you're doing. But once again, congratulations and thank you for what you've done.
Good afternoon. Congratulations. It's taking everything in me not to sit and cry as every person gets up and talks about a vision that I had when I was initially appointed to the bench in 2012. I am a daughter of this city. I went to Frederick Douglass High School not far from here. We share friends with Cobb County. And I saw what happened to some of my friends and classmates who either lacked direction or had direction and made some poor choices. But for the grace of God, I've thought that that could have been me. And I'm sure that's a lot of people's story here. I am not above that. But what I knew as a former commercial litigator at a large law firm, where I could have gone on to make probably millions of dollars, millions with an M, a big M, was that I was called to a life of service. And so that is why I accepted the appointment to the DeKalb Superior Court bench in 2012. And for one of my first criminal calendars, when I looked out into the gallery, that's what this is, and they brought all the inmates out for that first criminal calendar, I saw the faces of young men and women in orange jumpsuits who were going to, for the first time after taking a plea, in many instances, to a nonviolent felony, shoplifting, theft by receiving, burglary, all offenses which can escalate to the things that Judge Hill and myself and others have to send people away to prison for a long time, would mean that it was going to change the face of our community. They were going to be convicted felons. They would not be able to vote. They would not be able to pay taxes. And I said, let me supervise them. I had no clue what I was talking about. Let me supervise them. Did I just say that? Let me supervise them. But he did, and he believed. And from there, I went to members of the community, and I said, would you help? Would you lend your skill set? Would you lend your services? Would you lend your expertise to these young people so that we together can show them a different path or a different way? Because what I've learned in talking to people every day is that our needs are all the same. We all have the same basic needs. We just go about meeting them in different ways. And that's the people who were coming before me. And that was how Project Pinnacle was birthed. And so here you all are today, and here Judge Hill is today, celebrating this wonderful inaugural class of Pinnacle Cobb. And we are all so very proud to just be a part of this. I want to say thank you for heeding the call and saying yes, without question. What do I do? What is this? How can I change the lives of these young people? Let me call the DA. And we all got on the phone and we hammered it out and talked about what it would look like. And then for you all to be the results of those conversations, to be the chosen few, the great 8, please don't take that lightly, because there are many for whom Judge Hill said no. And for good reason. There needs to be a track record of success, because you are the standard bearers. You are who the community will see and they will look up to. You are someone's neighbor, someone's grandchild, someone's child, nephew, friend. And so that's what I want to just take a very quick second to ask. If you are here supporting one of the Pinnacle participants as a relative or a close friend, relatives and close friends and family members, would you please stand? You are the reason that they are so successful. And I'm sure that if I had the time, we called each of you up today just to give your own personal testimony, you can attest to how they've changed. Those are the stories that warm my heart, just to hear how your friends and family members and relatives have supported you on this journey. And then I'm looking at these pictures here that were taken by Humana, which I believe Judge Hill's probably going to talk about shortly. Wow. I mean, have you just taken a moment just to take stock and to look at yourself and to see how wonderful you are? Look at the smiles. This is a day that you should be very proud of, because I'm proud of you. It's like, this is something that we could have only imagined, and now it's manifesting itself. And I'm gonna take my seat because this is not about me today. I have had Pinnacle twice. I had the graduates from Pinnacle DeKalb earlier. We have a Pinnacle staff member here who's the program manager. DJ is here, DJ Tillman in the back with our Pinnacle shirt, who many of you met and have served with. And we had our new cohort 12. So this is 12 groups of young people that I've had the privilege to work with. But there's something that Dr. Gary White said today. He is one of the therapists that works with our groups, because that's a huge component of the success of our program as well, is that we do engage professionals who have given of their time gratis, without pay in many instances. And he said something today that I just want to share with you, because I want you to take stock in this village of people, of elected officials. These are important folks. And they're not getting paid one dime more to be here. The DA is not getting paid one dime more to not prosecute you. In fact, that is against his self-interest right now, right? Let's just call it for what it is. But what he also knows, and what I also know, and what all of us know who are in these positions of great power and authority and service, is that you really ought to be putting us out of business. That's really what it is about, and that's what you're proving by being here today. So this is what Dr. Gary White said, and one of the participants said, oh, I gotta put that on Instagram. So I gotta figure out how to put it on my Instagram too. He said, if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. You get that? Yeah. Look at the people around you in this room today. By making a choice, by saying yes to Judge Hill's invitation, you have changed the people around you. So you are now all of these people around you. We are no special and no more different than you are, because you've completed something, so you should be proud that you started and finished something. But most importantly, you've changed the people around you, so you've changed yourself. So with that, I want to congratulate you. I'm here to celebrate with you. They're right, we're not gonna let you go, because all of our supporters want to continue to hear your stories, and you do have a story to tell. We can't wait to see how that story ends. Congratulations, and thank you, Judge Hill, again.
Good afternoon, graduates. It's my honor to see this day and to greet you as chairwoman of Cobb County. A lot of people believed in you before you got here today. But for them to do that, they had to first believe in themselves. And for this, Judge Hill, I thank you. I thank you for the courage to step up and run for Superior Court Judge. I thank you for your conviction to know that the power of the bench is not just in your gavel, it's in your heart. And for everyone here, and especially to our graduates, I want to affirm to you that who you elect matters. That when you go vote and you look at the top of the ticket and you see the head of the nation or the state, make sure you vote all the way down the ballot and look to see who's running for judge. And for every community member here to see if they have your concerns and interests at heart. because it took a very special person who took a risk out of the conviction of her heart to do what we're doing here today. And again, Judge Hill, my running mate, thank you. I also thank the men and women on the staff and in our community who helped to support this program and provide services and encouragement for this program. Thank you to the parents. Thank you to the family members, brothers, sisters, friends, neighbors, for being here today and for the part that you've played in leading up to today's journey. In Cobb County, I believe in a county that is all in, where all people can be a part of our county's success, and that includes you. We expect great things of you. You should expect great things of us as your elected leaders. And I know that you expect great things for yourself. I might be dating myself, but I listen to 91.9 in the morning sometimes, and there's a DJ, and he goes by Morris in the Morning, and he has a beautiful quote that I like to say with my children, that something good is gonna happen to me today. And he says that every day. And when they get out the car to go to school, I want them to know something good is gonna happen to me today. Something good is happening to you today, and it can happen to you every day. But when you say it, you know that it doesn't start with what happens around you. It just starts in your mind, starts in your heart. Something good is gonna happen to me today. And just the power of believing that, somehow it tends to manifest itself in one way or another. And you help to propagate that to people around you, because you guys are gonna be change agents for others. And you guys are gonna be that power for others. So I thank you. I thank you for letting me be a part of this day. Again, congratulations to everyone in the room. Congratulations, Judge Hill. And I look forward to the very best for each and every one of you. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. I would like to first say thank you to Judge Hill. When we first met, we were on the campaign trail a few years ago, and I just knew, mainly because she came from magistrate court first, but I just knew she was going to do great things, hence the grade 8. So this is amazing. You know, Cobb is well known for our accountability courts and diversionary court system, and they're all wonderful. But now we have a new goal here to look forward to, and I think that this is just amazing what you've done. And in your inaugural year for this class and for the graduates. So it looks like you had a very good mentor between Judge Jackson and our district attorney. So stick with it. Appreciate you not giving up and being persistent to get it done. It is your baby. So, you know, when I look at this program and think about the youth from in between the ages of 17 to 25, don't raise your hand, but who in this room does not have something that they did between the ages of 17 and 25 that you regret or that you're not very proud of? I don't think anyone can say, it may not have been something major as a felony or a crime, but you know, we all have regrets, and this is a wonderful opportunity for a second chance. And that's what you've been given. It is a gift. And I can tell by the looks on your faces that I hope we won't see you here again unless it is to come and be a mentor and help others. So congratulations. You're on your way to a new beginning. And if we can ever be of assistance at the county, feel free to call on us. God bless you.
Hello, grade 8. It is a pleasure to spend this space with you as you move on to the next phase of your life. It's truly an honor to be here with you all this morning or this afternoon. And to Judge Hill, who I also met on the campaign trail. She is the embodiment of humanity. She has a heart to give and a heart to love. Those things cannot be manufactured. And we see the fruit of that here today. So I really thank you for all that you do for the community. And when we talk about purpose, she is indeed walking in her purpose. And I look forward to future classes. I also look forward to you all reaching back and standing in this very space where I'm standing right now. So the comments that I'd like to share with you guys actually comes by way of a riddle. So it's about a 2-minute read, so bear with me a little bit. And I made copies for you all because I'd really like for you to frame it, hang it in your bedroom or your locker or wherever you can see it almost on a daily basis. I am your constant companion. I am your greatest helper or your heaviest burden. I will push you onward or drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half of the things that you do, you might just well turn it over to me, and I will be able to do them quickly and correctly. I am easily managed, but you must be merely firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am the servant of all great men, and alas, of all failures as well. Those who are great, I made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though I work with all the precision of a machine, plus the intelligence of man. You may run me for profit or run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit. I am habit. And I want to leave you guys with, continue to employ those habits that have earned you your space here today. And as my final remark, you don't decide your future, you decide your habits, and your habits decide your future. Best wishes and congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates, and thank you to Judge Hill and all of your staff for all the love that you've poured out to these individuals here, the grade 8. Each day when you get up, remember to ask for grace. There's going to be good days and hard days, but grace is going to get us through it all. And while you 8 are going to mentor and become 16, 32, 64, and the numbers are going to become exponential, remember that everybody here in this room is willing to pour back into you to fill that up. Congratulations.
Throughout the 12 months, they get resources and lectures from learning about their own personalities. They take a personality test, and then Humana, who is a wonderful sponsor, and we've had access to Humana through Judge Jackson because they have sponsored Project Pinnacle. Humana, day one, provides them personality assessments. And once they take these assessments, Humana actually flies in a representative to come and speak to each one of them to go over the results of their assessment so that they can get an understanding of how they process information, how to utilize information to make better decisions, and to use this information as they move forward in life. And in addition to getting information about their personalities, they learn about anger management, emotional intelligence. They have heard from our law enforcement agencies about know your rights, and then what we expect when we pull you over. What we expect from you as law enforcement officers. And in addition to that, they have heard from community members, communities in school, as well as Mr. Washington, to talk about, okay, now that you have these resources, what do you do with them? Well, you turn the corner now. Now you learn how to dress for success and grooming. You learn about interviewing, and we've had sample interviews going on here in sessions. They learn about professional headshots, which these lovely headshots you see behind me were sponsored by Humana, who invited us to their corporate office, had a professional photographer on site. They did the sessions on resume writing, as well as setting goals and interviewing, the importance of networking. And then they offered to review resumes. So we just wanted to take a minute and say thank you to each and every one of you for your time and your effort and your knowledge. Thank you all so much. And as you can see, we have others. They just, unfortunately, were not able to be here, but we do have thank you tokens for our other presenters as well as our mentors.
Now we want to go ahead and ask Mr. Jarvis Davis, your keynote speaker for the afternoon, to come forward.
How everybody doing today? Great. I just want to say I'm glad to be here, and you guys gonna quickly find out that I'm an alumni towards a program like this. It's similar. So as I see the first 8, I feel like every individual in here, no matter where you at, you're gonna pave the way. And as you hear my story, you're gonna hear your story inside of mine. As I jump right into it, what I heard in the courtroom from the judge and Judge Hill, Judge Jackson, and everybody being involved, it's something that comes to mind is you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. And I hope that makes sense when you leave out here today and when we look at the 8th grade is you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. And I really don't like standing behind the mic, so I'm gonna kind of move around and hopefully you guys can hear me. As I come into DeKalb County, I was on my way up here and somebody said, "You going to Cobb?" I said, "Yeah, what's wrong?" They said, "Don't get stuck up there." I said, okay, no problem. And then I'm sitting next to the DA, I said, which is a blessing. And I remember that phone call and it said, "They ain't gonna lock you up, is it?" I said, no. I'm paving the way, helping pave the way. As I share my story today, I want to let everybody know I was 14 years old. I committed a crime of armed robbery, aggravated assault. I never had a chance of a program like this until later in life. I was with a gang called 30 Deep, and what happened was in 2009, I did a home invasion with 3 other guys, and it was 3 of us. I was the youngest guy, and there was 2 more guys, and they said, "Hey, look, come knock on this door. We're gonna go break in this house." As I share my story, it's not a war story, but it's always a path to how we get here. As I'm standing outside as that 14-year-old kid, I remember knocking at the door, and no one was home. They said to me, "Go knock on both of the doors and make sure that no one is inside." I asked the older guy, I said, "What am I getting out of this?" He said, "We're gonna make sure we steal some jewelry and flat screens and make sure you be okay." As I look at you guys today, and I was remembering what someone said in the courtroom, change is about what you see and who you apply yourself around. As I knocked on that door, no one came. The 3 other guys, they went in the back of the house. I stayed seated on the outside of the door, and what happened was, I remember knocking. And I'm knocking, no one came. They said, "Jarvis, sit right here in the front." I had a nickname, I don't want to say that name no more. But they said, "Sit right here in the front and somebody come make a noise." They go in the back of the house, I hear 2 gunshots. Right when I hear these gunshots inside the house, I said to myself, look like I ain't getting no flat screen today. They come back out running, I run to the back of the house. It was 2 kids around the ages 14, they were similar to my age. as I see my two homeboys I looked up to, I used to call them my big homies at the time. They said, go get in the car, go get in the car. I go to the back door. It was two kids trying to get out the back door. The two kids get out the back door. They thought I was going to do something to them, where they said to me, please don't hurt me. I let them out the back door. They go running towards the neighbor house. I run upstairs. I see a guy in the middle of his refrigerator and his room door. He's holding his stomach on the ground. I said to myself then that I thought it was real cool. Like, yeah, this it right here. I'm the man. I thought I was the man getting in trouble. We end up getting away. Next day on news, it was 3 black males, a warning from home invasion, aggravated assault. I go to my school. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm him. So I said to myself, if I'm him, this is what it feel like. I go do another smash and grab, and right then and there we was on news for black males and 30 gang members on a search. As I go do a home, I told myself I did that home invasion. I said if I can do one, I can do one more. The guys, I just want to do one more. Didn't get nothing. I told my friends, they wasn't in school at the time, I said, hey, look, I'll meet y'all Friday. I want to make sure that I go on that same move with y'all. As in, I want to go do whatever you guys are going to do. They said to me, okay, cool. That Friday come, before I was finna go on that move and make some money, whatever I need to do, the police surrounded the school. They came to get me. They surrounded the cafeteria. Jarvis, come here. I ended up getting locked up. As I speed the story up, there's a lot of things that took place in life. I got locked up at age of 14. I'm sitting in jail in juvenile. Didn't have a court date for the first 5 months. I get my first court date, it was reset. I didn't even see a judge. I'm standing, so I'm in jail another 5 months, close to a year. I stayed in jail 2 years without a court date, and I said, the system is so effed up. As I'm sitting in a holding cell, at the time it was a guy named Paul Howard. My grandma used to call Paul Howard, hey, my baby need to get out of jail. We didn't have a DA that was very active. We didn't have a judge at the time that was very involved. So at that time, I'm sitting in a holding cell, I'm sitting with the other guys in the holding cell. They said to me, you ain't gonna get out. You got a white judge. I said to myself, it's hard. I go see the judge, they said, you're facing 30 years in prison. As I go back to that holding cell, I seen all the guys in there doing the same thing. Writing on the wall, telling me how they don't give a. I say, they put me in a place where I cannot change. They put me around people that I can't be exposed to. And I learned 3 things. I said to myself, looking back at my childhood, programs are like this, is 3 components. It's the education that you learn, the exposure, and the relationships that you see. So I remember verbatim how I was sitting in that cell, and I told myself I went to go see the judge, and it was 2 podiums that I remember my whole life. And this is one of them, but this podium that I stand in front of the judge say, you're facing 40 years in jail. As I stand outside, the judge, she said, it's a reset. We go down, I talk to my public defender at the time. I say, there ain't nothing I can do, no programs I can get into. Like, I can't do that much time. At this time, I'm 17 years old. I've been incarcerated for 3 years. She said, well, we don't know. It's kind of like a program they call My Journey Matters, but they kind of flicking the wrist and trying to help black guys out. Let's be real. I said, can you sign me up for it? She said, well, let's see the judge after they have recess. We go back in the judge say, young man, if I let you out of jail, what would you do different? I remember standing there in front of I said to myself, I'm gonna stay out of trouble. She said, that's not good enough. She said, young man, I'm gonna ask you again, what would you do different? I said, okay, I ain't doing nothing. Like, just let me out, lady. She's already a white judge. First thing I said to myself is, I'm gonna stay out of trouble. She said, what about high school? I said, Judge, I'm 17. I missed 3 years of high school. She said, well, it's 40 years of high school. I said, you know what, I'll take high school. What way y'all want me to go? And she said to me, okay, well, I'm gonna sign you up for high school, but we're trying this new program out, and I want y'all to really pay attention to this part. We're trying this program out that you maybe can pave the way one day. I said, anything you want me to do, get out. Come on. She let me back in the holding cell. I remember those guys in the back of the room, they doing their little song, they thinking it was cool, they feeling themselves. I say, I might got a chance. They say, you'll be back in here, bro. You ain't got, don't worry. You'll be back here with us. And I was saying, what if I could do something different one day that can change the way they look at us and to change the way of how we interact with people? I ended up getting out of being incarcerated, and after me being incarcerated for almost 3 years, I had to take night school. They placed me in the 9th grade. I said, you know what, if I take this program serious, I can save somebody else that went through what I went through for the last 3 years. So I took night school, day school, and I ended up following the next year, I ended up graduating. As I reported to this judge, same thing you guys did, reported book reports. I said, this white judge don't know what she's doing, but it might work. As I'm standing, I'm doing book reports, I'm getting exposure to different places and things. What I told myself is, I said, I gotta do this for somebody else. That's the key. My life started changing. Just like you guys are pioneers now. Pinnacle, but pioneer Pinnacles. I said, I took night school, day school, I ended up graduating, and I was in front of this podium. This is the podium that I remember. I remember the prison of facing 40 years, the podium of graduating. My judge came to my graduation, the DA came to my graduation. My grandma wrote a letter to Paul Howard, and she said she wanted to send him something else, but she said she gonna say she's thankful because I paved the way. So my principal said, Jarvis, I want you to do a poem, and because this is not right, I ain't doing no poem. I practiced the poem, graduation come, I'm standing on stage, they said, Jarvis Davis, come up and do the poem. I see my judge, I see people in the audience, I see my grandma, she was 94 at the time, on the support system. I'm standing on stage and the valedictorian said, I want to let Jarvis Davis do his poem. They let me do the poem. Him and the principal had something going on the whole time, something I didn't know about it, but you'll learn about it. I'm on stage and it said, my chance of making it through anything was very slim. If a coach gave me a ball, I could never put it in the rim. I was chasing dreams while no one else had faith in my team. It was people, places, in the courthouse that believed in me. Can you believe? And I added something to it what Michael Jordan said. It said, look me in my eyes. We're scared for two different reasons. I'm scared of what I won't become, and they're scared of what I could become. As a person that went around with guns and thought it was cool and thinking that, hey, listen, if I keep messing up, that's how I'm gonna end. So that's what I was feeling. So I'm on stage doing this poem, and the valedictorian come up to me next. He started crying. It was a guy in a wheelchair right there. When you start doing good, your life start changing for the better. Like things start happening that you can't even understand. The valedictorian said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jarvis Davis. They looked back at him, I'm like, bro, come on, I want my diploma. I'm finna get off paper, don't start now. He said, I tell my friend, I say, y'all play too much, man. You know the judge, that she coming for me. He said to me, he said, I wouldn't be here for Jarvis Davis. He said 4 years ago, Jarvis let me out the back door when my dad got shot. My whole life changed right there. So the encounters that you have in life, you don't understand them. So right then and there, I didn't have a scholarship. I was 69 out of 69 students and senior. I didn't have they said, go to Atlanta Technical College. I said, Atlanta Technical? The judge said I still had to report to her. I go off stage, I shake her hand, she say, report to me next month. I say, ain't y'all sick of reporting? 12 months? Judge, I got the paper that you asked me to. I'm ready to go. I'm nervous that whole month. She said, Jarvis, I'm not, no problem. I got my legal team, you just need to talk. I said, listen, Judge, I'm glad to be off paper, that's all I wanted. She said, let's try something else out. How about you work with the youth, try to turn the youth around? I said, no problem, do that. What happened is my failures started creating opportunities for me. And right now that you guys are going to start witnessing that, but you gotta understand that it ain't easy. I started working for a chief. Her name is Erica Shields. She used to work in Atlanta. She was a deputy chief. I worked right under her, the first person to ever work in a police department with a felony. They closed my record. I started a program called My Journey Matters. My Journey Matters was just like you. When they said you guys would be the next person to speaking in the next class. Start playing your mind and talking to somebody else. I started working with the police department. I did a documentary with Tyler Perry one summer. It went viral. And I started thinking to myself, I said, if I am able to let my failures create opportunity for me, somebody else still need it. Then I started looking at life. I started looking at life a lot different. And it's something that hit me. That's when I told you guys earlier, I said, you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. As I watched all these people coming to DeKalb County, I was scared to come up here. But then I said, they got some good things going on up there. I can't wait to go back to Fulton County. I was next to the DA. Then I'm looking at the grade 8. If I can leave you guys with anything today, you guys got what it takes to make a difference in the community. And if you look at life and you look at all these people, you think about one thing, think about 200% accountability. You hold a court 100% accountability, and you hold yourself 100%. They did their part. They set up the ceremony for you guys. They brought in a speaker, they brought in families, they brought in the energy together. Now hold yourself 100% accountability to do something different. To go talk to the DA, to go talk to different people. If you do that, you'll never know where you end up being. I want to say thank y'all for having me. And anybody got any questions, I'm really answering.
LaGrua?
Yes.
So that judge is now a Georgia Supreme Court Justice, Sean LaGrua. She believed in him. And now he's here to help us.
The perfect speaker for the hour. You knew that, Judge Hill. Thank you for sharing that story, Jarvis, for sharing your story. I'm listening to you and I'm thinking about even my nephew who has the same story, who I had to write a letter for last week. He's hoping to get his record expunged out of Cook County. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But I'm so glad that things worked out the way that they did for you, and also for all of you. Such a special day. I'm getting emotional. Said I wasn't gonna cry. You did it. You did it. At this time, I know we are going to get ready to present certificates.
So Kendall was my project. Because he is such a gifted artist, and we had to make sure that he came out of his shell to the extent that he was willing to share those talents with others. And what you gonna do now, Kendall?
I'm gonna use this talent
Tell them.
to be able to. I'm gonna use this gift to be able to start graphic designing. I always wanted to do it, but never really took up on the task or really much paid attention to it because it was too difficult to do. I just stuck with hand drawing and stuff like that, graffiti, canvases, and art pours, abstract pours, and stuff like that. But thanks to them, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to be able to make a little bit more money.
Here is your certificate. You made it.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And included behind your certificate is your paperwork. Here is your $100 gift card.
Thank you.
The poem from Commissioner Sheffield, and that was from Commissioner Burrell, I'm sure. And there's your tablet.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
And what's next, Quincy?
I'm gonna use what I learned in this program to go out and try to make a change and try to make better decisions for my life. So, and I thank everybody who's, participating in this program and who helped us and guided us in the right direction. So thank you.
We wish you well over at Humana.
Thank you.
Tell everybody what you're doing.
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What's next?
Oh, yeah, so I do have a job with Humana. I'll be working at a doctor's office. And as well, I just finished school, so I just graduated my associate's degree in healthcare administrator.
Here's your certificate. Your dismissal paperwork is behind it. And here are your goodies. You are very welcome. I know you don't get to leave without. Princeton is our youngest participant.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
So tell us what's next.
Well, since I completed this, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you, especially to you, for this opportunity. I'm just real glad I get a second chance at life, and I can just be a better person, be a good father to my daughter, and teach her the right way, make sure she don't make the mistakes I made, and just win at life. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. Switch cameras.
All right, this is my fashionista. Why don't you tell us what's next?
I will be pursuing my career goal of becoming a fashion buyer and also starting my side business of doing lashes and my clothing brand.
Go ahead and tell them about how that book played a role in your life.
I've been reading that book since I was like, I think I was like 16. I got into some trouble. Not like this, not as bad as this, but I talked to a lawyer, and the lawyer gave me that book. And every year, I just go back and read the book every year. So it was crazy that they asked me to read the book, because I brought in the book. The pages was falling off, there's tape in it, it's highlighted, everything.
It's like, oh, you've seen this book before, huh? And what's next for you?
Right now, I'm gonna keep working, but I'm looking back to going back into school so I can be a coach or something. I've been doing research on that, so the degree helps.
It does help. And you started the degree.
Yeah.
You just have to finish it.
Yeah, right.
Where did you start your degree?
Clark Atlanta University.
Oh, okay.
And what are you studying, Nari?
I'm studying business, accounting. Those are the two.
And what are you going to do with them?
I'm looking to grow my business right now. I have a box trucking business, and so I'm majoring in business in college to learn the information and tools that I need to further my mind and expand my business that I'm trying to grow right now.
Awesome. If you, ladies and gentlemen, will please direct your attention towards the screens.
Hey, what's up? My name's Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm here to speak to the Youthful Offender Diversionary Program at the request of Judge Kellie Hill and her cousin, my good friend Sonia Murray. I just want to say, man, I really believe in you guys. I think it's amazing that the judge used her discretion to give you guys an opportunity to redeem yourself without it marking your record going forward. I think that you guys are brilliant for taking advantage of that opportunity. And I just want to say I believe in you. You know, I've seen this happen before to other people, and I've seen judges like Judge Oscar Jackson out in DeKalb County. Saw her give people a second chance, and those people went on to do great things. So it's good that we got black judges in DeKalb County. It's good that this judge is using her discretion to do this. And I'm very proud that you guys are taking the opportunity to. So please, man, hit me up. Let me know how your success is going. I'm Killer Mike on all platforms, and I really believe in the program and the people that are taking part. Love and respect.
So as we wrap up, You all, we have refreshments out back. Please feel free to partake of the refreshments. Come up and shake a hand or two if you want to. We are going to have the participants in their own words kind of on video playing as you all dismiss. But thank you all, each and every one of you, for attending and celebrating my grade 8, our first graduating class of Project Pinnacle Cobb. And we look forward to this time next year when we are celebrating our second cohort. And hopefully you all will join us when we are able to do that. And Princeton has already agreed to be my first speaker. I didn't forget. He has already agreed to come in and talk to the next cohort. And Malaysia is ready. They're all going to come at some point. When I tell you, this is a great group of people. I am so proud of them, and I am so glad that we're going to get to use their talents.
Way to go, Judge.
This class is a good opportunity opener, and it helps you rebuild your steps up that were knocked down from the previous situation that you done got yourself or led yourself into our courtroom or our class. And it helps you learn a lot about yourself that you may have not already known about yourself. Or if you already known it about yourself, it'll help you better give you the right steps, or give you the right steps to be able to proceed with what you want to do in life. And this class lets you look at different people. She brings in a lot of speakers, guest people, to give you another view, another look at the steps they took to get them on the right track to be able to be where they're at today. And I feel like that's very useful to young people like us, because some young people don't have that type of opportunity to get to experience or get to hear these type of stories to help change their ways or their lifestyle or anything like that. Like, it helped me a lot, because me personally, I'm a closed off person, and this class is teaching me to open up, and it's teaching me a lot of business opportunities and business tactics to use when I'm speaking to people and help sell stuff, because I sell artwork and stuff like that. And eventually, in the future, whenever I graduate from this class, I want to be able to open up a gun shop and go back to that dream, because artwork is a lot of money in there, and owning a gun shop and being able to sell that type of stuff, that's a lot of money in that too. And yeah, I just feel like this class is a very good opportunity opener, and it'll open a lot of people's eyes to stuff that they really didn't pay attention to, but are now going to pay attention to, so they can work on that type of stuff, so they can get themselves to that higher position or higher status that they want in life. Me, I want a very high status in life, so I'm going to use every opportunity that I learned from this class to be able to achieve that goal that I want.
My name is Quincy Henderson, and I'm a participant in Project Pinnacle. To me, Project Pinnacle really helped me learn a lot of life skills that I would not have learned had I not been in the program. And it helped me connect with a lot of people who are similar to me, and they could guide me in the right direction to my goals. It also gave me a second chance at life. I want to thank Judge Hill, Ms. Vanderland, and all the other participants, including Ms. Hall, for really helping us and putting forth effort to make a change in our future. And thank you.
Hello, it's Princeton Martin here, and I just wanted to explain what Project Pinnacle means to me. So, Project Pinnacle meant to me like my second chance, or like my roadblock. I call it my roadblock because in the justice system, I wouldn't say the justice system, but in the system, I like to say, when people get locked up for like small crimes or little petty stuff, it may affect them down the road to where they can't do certain things, so they turn to a life of crime. Project Pinnacle, I call Project Pinnacle my roadblock because it gives me that second chance. It doesn't make me go in that cycle. It doesn't make me, it's giving me the opportunity to right my wrongs and to show the person I really am. And I feel like I'm very grateful for that opportunity, and I'm very thankful to everyone who's been along, who's been helping me along the way. And I feel like other states and other places should practice something like Project Pinnacle. Or I feel like they should try to help other kids like me who went down the wrong path, try to get them a second chance instead of constantly throwing the book at them and making their lives harder, even though they're making those decisions, and every decision and action comes with consequence. Some people are brought up into like the bad decision life, like you know what I mean. Like some people are brought up into that, and that's all they know sometimes. So they just do what they know. Project Pinnacle teaches you that you don't always have to take that path. You could have, what Project Pinnacle shows, you could have been down that path, but it's always another route, basically. So that's what I think Project Pinnacle means to me. And I'd like to thank Judge Hill and everyone who's been helping me along the way, because I've been getting doubted the whole ride. And I'm just very appreciative of this opportunity. Thank you.
Alright, so basically, what Project Pinnacle has meant to me, it's been a long, rocky road, but basically, it's been very helpful. In the end, at the end of the day, Judge Hill and Miss Jeanette Vanderlyn, and you feel me, everybody that they've had come speak to us, and from everybody from, you feel me, the mentors to, everything. I feel like at the end of the day, they knew, especially Judge Hill, she knew what she was doing when she started this program. So I feel like it's been very helpful in the sense of, just getting me back on track, getting my mind right, helping me focus more on things that are important versus things that are not so important. But the biggest thing I would say that I think I'm really appreciative for is the mentors, because that's literally like a life mentor that I can have with me for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody who, if I ever need advice, if I need ideas, you know what I'm saying? Especially my mentor personally, he has already helped me tremendously, just making me realize my true, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say my powers or whatever, but just make me realize how wise and how knowledgeable I really am, and how much I can still learn and how much is still yet to come, you know what I'm saying? He makes me realize that I could really do anything I put my mind to, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm really grateful for my mentor. I think that was the biggest thing that I took out of this. And especially just reading the books and stuff, those are little things that I feel like is actually what we should be doing anyway. But I also was very appreciative for the books, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she chose specific books for what she felt as if we needed to evolve on or do better at, or just little things that will help us, like I said, for the rest of our lives. So Project Pinnacle has been very important to me, and it's been a huge success. And I just wanted to thank everybody that has been here helping me, Miss Jeanette, who's been on my behind about, turning in my work and and just checking up on me all the time. And Judge Hill too. I appreciate y'all.
Hi, my name is Malaysia Huggins, and I'm a part of Project Pinnacle. First off, I want to thank Judge Hill, Miss Jeanette, and everyone else that's been with us every step of the way since January, a whole year. I have learned, came across some good people. I got a job out the program. I learned how to control my anger. I learned some things about myself, learned how to write a resume, what's professional when it comes to social media. And I discovered some stuff about me that I didn't know as time went on. I would say this program has helped me. I do look at things a little bit different now. I do think before I react, and I had to change the type of people that I hung out with because not everybody want what's best for you. I had to be around like-minded people. I have got a mentor out the program, so I do appreciate that. Another thing that I learned is one of the books that we read, The Secret. What we think and what we speak into existence. So we got to be mindful of what we think and what we speak into, because we can make it come true. I have learned a lot of things. I just like some of the things I've learned, but I do appreciate this program, because without this program, I feel like I probably would be getting into more trouble or probably just doing what I want to do. So this program has helped me out a lot. Thank you.
I'm Shan, and I would like to thank Judge Hill for allowing me to participate in her program. I feel as if this program was very helpful, and I thank her a lot for giving me a second chance to continue on with my life for me to actually be successful. This program actually means a lot to me because I feel like it's a stepping stone for me to get where I need to be. In the beginning, I looked at it as like it was just so bad because it was bad. Just overall, I feel like the position of what I'm in was just bad overall. But throughout, as we start to learn just different topics and just different meanings of life, it just helped me open my eyes more and just made it more positive. But I highly appreciate this program. I'm glad I got to meet the different people. Yeah, thank you.